Hello and welcome to episode 21 of the Fish Tank. So it's the 21st episode shot in the 21st century. So there you go. It's a programme I'd like to think fit for modern times. So anyway, it's also my last show in Loughborough this week. I'm not sure when I'll be back in Loughborough. I think it'll be sort of October time, but I'm back home in Sheffield for the next 3 months, so I'll not be recording out of my room. So no, I'll be very sad to leave Loughborough as well, because it's a very, very nice place. So it's time for Apology of the Week. And this week I'd like to apologise if any dizziness has been caused due to the shirt that I'm wearing today. Look at this. Nice and bright, isn't it? Sort of an Hawaiian style that's kind of to promote Joe Solway, who won the viewers competition of the Fish Tank a few weeks ago and appeared with me in episode 11. It's his birthday very soon, on Monday, and we are going out in Sheffield and wearing Hawaiian shirts because of that. So I've borrowed an Hawaiian shirt for today's episode off a friend of mine, Scott, a very good guy, who's a darts player. Apparently sometimes wears this shirt to play darts in, and he actually bought it from the Caribbean as well, so it's perhaps not a Hawaiian shirt, more a Caribbean shirt. So there you go. Anyway, so what's been happening this week? Well, I am looking forward to Glastonbury Festival. I'll be watching that on TV, because let's face it, if you went to Glastonbury Festival this year, you'd be, flooded, basically, is the forecast. It's going to absolutely pelt it down with rain by the sounds of it. So if you fancy watching the Arctic Monkeys headline the Pyramid Stage on Friday night, you'd be best off swimming there to go and watch it. Well, not right. I mean, it should be a good experience. It's something unusual. The festival season kicked off about 2 weeks ago with the Isle of Wight Festival, which was, I don't know, I think it was meant to be quite a good festival. I mean, there was, I think Snow Patrol and Muse were there, but it's not quite the same as the iconic festivals there of the 1970s, where Jimi Hendrix was played his last ever gig there at the Isle of Wight Festival. Actually, talking about Jimi Hendrix, I wrote a few things down about him. Obviously, I knew I was going to mention. But Jimi Hendrix, born in Washington, 1942, overcame his dyslexia to become one of the all-time great electric guitar players. He died in 1970 when he choked on his own vomit. Sorry, yeah. I think I'm going down with a spot of dyslexia like Jimi Hendrix, can you believe it? Why is dyslexia one of those words that's so hard to spell? It's always one thing I've wondered, but not to worry. I quite like live music and things like that, concerts and stuff, festivals, although I've never actually been to a festival. But it's sort of one of those things you associate with the summer, like this shirt, and barbecues. Actually, I went to a barbecue the other week, and we had put a few sausages on the barbecue. Got some sausages. There's a picture of Anthony Warrell Thompson on the front of the sausages holding a fork, and it said, "Prick with a fork." So I was talking about the sausages as opposed to Anthony Warrell Thompson. I'm not having a pop it there, Anthony. Not to worry. Anyway, it's time for the celeb-ometer as well, and throughout last week and finishing on Sunday night was the ITV show Britain's Got Talent, which featured some of the most talented people in the country, and it got Simon Cowell and Piers Morgan on it as well. And basically, if you want to appear on the Fish Tank, you appeared in Britain's Got Talent, perhaps you're a losing finalist, and you want to appear on the Fish Tank, then please feel free to get in touch and appear on the show. Although I won't be too keen on having that Connie Talbot on the show, because she's 6 years old, her voice is quite high, and it's not really a kids show, to be honest. Perhaps if we get that puppeteer who sang the Michael Jackson songs, it was quite good. Although they kept referring to him as a ventriloquist, but it wasn't, it was a puppeteer. There's a slight difference. So anyway, it said about this 6-year-old who won it, that, didn't win it, who got through to the final, that she's a phenomenal singer, but she can only sing songs in a very, very high tone. She won't be able to sing anything by James Brown or Tom Jones or anything like that, so she's not got a large musical vocal range, but not to worry. So it's time now for Headline of the Week, and this headline comes from the Bury Times, and it's an interesting headline to say the least. Makes you wonder what happens in Bury to constitute as news. So here we go, it says, OAP fell off traffic island and wasn't struck by car. So I'm not sure why that particularly constitutes any form of actual news or anything like that. I mean, I don't see why you should report on the fact that someone hasn't been struck by a car. I mean, I didn't get struck by a car yesterday, but that's not been reported in the newspaper. So there you go. So, and the quote of the week this week comes from Martin Blundell. It's I've gone for a motor racing theme, especially to sort of say well done to Lewis Hamilton. Currently doing very well. He's won his last 2 races and could win the Drivers' Championship in the Formula 1 this year, and presumably will win the BBC Sports Personality of the Year. So if no one had thought of that, you heard it here first. He'll probably win BBC Sports Personality of the Year. And Martin Mundell says, Michael Schumacher just stood on his seat and pulled out something special. So I'm not sure what that could have been. Perhaps he'd got something special tucked in his overalls, perhaps, I don't know, a paintbrush maybe. Right, well that's about it for this show and for Loughborough. So there you go. And just before I go as well, it's been Royal Ascot this week, and I placed a bet on for a horse to win at 5-1. It didn't finish till 3:30. Can you believe it? Oh well, I'll see you next week. I'm not sure where I'll be calling from, but I'll be there. See ya.